was absolutely excellent. So Kennedy, with McDonald in form, probably trying to get him there.
And I think McCann may have gone a centre-half forward, Bob.
Well, his performance in the third quarter wasn't too good in the back pocket.
Final quarter now from VFL Park in the Foster's Cup match between North Melbourne and Footscray. Footscray leading by 8 points after trailing by 33 at half-time. One is Purser, loses that one out to Vidovic. A chance for Phil Mayman to get boot the ball, which he does quickly. And the mark is taken down there at half-forward, a little bit short of half-forward for Footscray by Williams. Now in a sleeveless jersey. Played the first 3 quarters in a sleeve jumper. McLean decides to play on quickly, gets clear of Holt, and a long shot at goal. Bamblett shepherds it through for full points. All clear, says the umpire. Great start in the final quarter to Footscray. 8-14, 62 to 7-6, 48.
It's a clever piece of play by Les Bamblett. Nice piece of shepherding. As we watch the replay, Michael McLean, a lovely kick from directly in front, and Bamblett making sure that his opponent, young Robertson, had no chance of touching it whatsoever.
So Les Bamblett himself has kicked 3 goals, but certainly having a hand in that one. And a great start for Footscray, leading by 14 points now at VFL Park. 1 minute gone. Number 1 for Footscray is Purser. And again loses that one out. So he hasn't had a great deal of influence in the ruck. German now for North Melbourne. German up towards the North Melbourne half-forward line. The Kangaroos badly needing a goal to get back into the match here, as the ball was put over the boundary line by Sewell. It's not on the full, or is it on the full?
North Melbourne have got Lyle playing down there at full forward. He spent the entire match so far on the bench.
It was a free kick, or will be a free kick. Number 25, Donald McDonald, to take it for the Kangaroos, who didn't score a goal in that third quarter. They certainly need one now. Royal played an excellent second half, out of bounds again, this time across the half-back line. John Lord leading the North Melbourne side tonight. Dwyer. The players overrunning the ball. Finally it's left to Carlton reject Phil Maylan. Maylan's kick back towards centre wing. The ball beating Law over the boundary line. And from that position, the centre wing, we will see a boundary throw in.
14 points the difference as we approach the 2.5 minute mark of this last quarter. The Bulldogs played slashing football in that third quarter, trailing by 33 points at half-time, put on 6 goals, and now they lead by 14 points. Looked a foregone conclusion at half-time for North Melbourne to win this match, but they've bounced back. One McCann in the back against Neil Curley. And McCann at centre-half forward goes for the long kick, looking for Lyle. Lyle and Sewell having a great battle. And that goes through for a point. Bit of hanging on by both players there. So it's 8 goals, 14-62 Footscray to North Melbourne 7-7-49. Well, this appears to be the scoring end, if the first 3 quarters are any indication at all. The ball back into play again. There's a chance for McLean to mark it. Oh, he dropped that one. It was a difficult one. It's very slippery. Ball comes back there now to that centre position. Scramble going on as we see Holt trying to get clear. They pile on top of him. No one can get clear now. The umpire will ball it up out there towards the edge of the square, towards the wing position. So North Melbourne badly needing a goal. Knocked out by Lyle. A good jump that time over to Williams, who's been a hard worker all night for Footscray, Bob, as he breaks clear, gets away from Densley. A hand pass coming back to Royal. Short pass, a good one, and Bamblett's got it. Bamblett, Royal and Hardy and little McLean have cut up to pieces where the little men are concerned. A short pass over there to Big Ford, and Alistair Ford's got it right on the boundary line. He's already kicked 2 goals, and he'd be about 35 metres out from goal. Let's see what he can do with this one. They're in front by 13 points. There's the kick on its way. It's a long kick. It covers the distance okay, but it's tapped through for 1 point. So we're back to where we started at 3/4 time. 8 goals, 15-63. Footscray to North Melbourne 7-7-49.
Maguire has to go back and kick the ball again because the goal umpire hadn't finished waving the flags, and this time, instead of just kicking it clear of hand and foot, he's gone long. Purser gets beaten for pace by Dwyer, but I think it was actually Purser that kicked it off the ground. And it will be a boundary throw in. Footscray scoring a goal at that scoreboard end this term, of course, was only the 2nd for the match. Lyle and Purser, the two number ones, doing battle. We haven't seen much of Lyle. Picked up by Williams. That kick is an absolute shocker. Right into the forward pocket. I think he was trying to find Bandlet, but it was a long way from him. And once again, a boundary throw-in will take place. 63-49. So North Melbourne still to score a goal after half-time. And the front is Ford, just about out on the full before Williams could get there.
Certainly made a difference since going onto the forward line, this fella Ford, hasn't he?
So is Hardy.
Yes, but Ford's been a very effective player, Pete.
Ford and Lyle. They both missed that one. Picked up for North Melbourne down there and driving them up towards centre wing. That was Larkin. McLean. Long hand pass and taken for the Kangaroos by Peter Baxter. And the mark taken by Alan Daniels. He's yet to score a goal tonight.
Looks as though he's confident of making it from there, though.
Just about get that. He's about 45 metres out. Pretty well directly in front. He's got the distance and not the direction, says the goal umpire. So one behind to the former West Australian. 8-16 to 7-7. 64 plays 49. Maguire, number 31 for North Melbourne, this time goes towards the outer side. Daniels again playing kick to kick. Finally it's picked up by Rowan Robertson to Brian Cordy in front of German. It's out of bounds on centre wing.
Out of bounds into this quarter by 6.5 minutes. That's the last quarter. 64 plays 49. 15 points the difference in favour of Footscray. It'll be the two number ones, Lyle and Purser, to go for the knockout. Well, actually that was knocked out by Hickey. And the ball cleared down there towards their half-forward line by Daniels, knocked off the pack over to Steve McPherson. A running shot at goal to Bandlet. He won't make it in time and it'll go out of bounds in the forward pocket position, about 10 metres around from the Footscray goal. Well, they've slipped back a lot since half-time, Footscray, North Melbourne, Bob. They don't seem to have the same zest about their play.
Well, going back to what we said at half-time, you play as well as your opponents let you, and it's Footscray who have lifted, and they're first to the ball. They really want this one on since half-time. Maybe they just were a little bit not mentally attuned before the game and took it a little bit easily.
Well, we see the ball ready to be thrown in again. This time it's about 25 metres around from the Footscray goal. Knocked out by the big fella Lyle, and Slaw driving the ball back there towards that half-forward line. Purser couldn't hold the mark. Backing up well as Mail, and a hand pass comes over to Royal. Short pass, and the mark taken here by Hawkins. Doesn't waste any time. Oh, he's in a bit of trouble. Now he's clear. This could be a goal. He fires it. Will it come around enough? Yes, sir. It's a goal. What a... Just over the 8-minute mark. 70 plays 49, and they swing back into attack through Peter Baxter right over their half-forward line. Down there in the forward pocket. Coming out to meet it now is Maguire. Having a bit of trouble picking up, but he's clear. Goes for the long hand pass to Fairley. Down he goes, taps the ball on over to Robertson. That's Rowan Robertson. Short pass. And the ball hits the deck, and the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Steve McCann out there on the wing position. Cordy was hanging on to his wrist. Ball shot high towards centre half forward. Chance for Hickey to mark, but he's swamped here. Lost sight of that. Now Larkin breaks clear. He's running to an open goal. He should let fly. It should be a goal, but he's off target and through for 1 point. So it's 9-16-70 Footscray to North Melbourne, 7 goals, 850.
And North Melbourne still to score a goal after half-time. They've added only 4 points since then as Sewell brings the ball back into play. It's going pretty close to the boundary line. Hasn't been touched yet. Now it's okay. Picked up by Williams just inside the line. Williams well shepherded. Unfortunately can't get his kick in. That was a great smother by Phil Cracker. The ball out of bounds on centre wing. Purser in front from Lyle to Williams. Williams up towards the centre wing position. No mark. Picked up by Steve McPherson. Brad Hardy makes a bump ball out of it. The two redheads doing battle. He gets around Passmore, goes for a short pass. Alan Daniels takes the mark. Two West Australians figuring in the action. Here's McLean showing great pace. That's not a bad snapshot. It's there, I think, for a goal. And that's McLean second. That was a great goal.
It really was a great goal. Under real pressure. His North opponent at no stage stopped chasing. And watch again. Great play by Hardy. An equally good play by Daniels. Very quick to give the the hand pass, and we see Holt applying pressure. And under pressure like that, it's not unusual to see a player put it out of bounds on the full. A lovely goal from Michael McLean.
2 goals to McLean, 2 to Royal, 3 to Bamblett and 2 to Ford, the Footscray goal kickers. 10.5 minutes gone, 26 points the difference now in favour of Footscray. And remember that at half-time they trailed by 33. What a comeback. Ball driven out towards Larkin on centre wing with Brian Cordy, who taps it further forward. Daniels does the shepherding, leading Cordy get through. Cordy goes for a pass, and that's okay. Densley a little bit late on the scene. Royal takes the mark at half-forward right flank. Brian Royal.
24 coming up, Pete.
24 kicks. And remember, he did have a stint, of course, on the bench in that third quarter. Oh, Ford, that's not a bad mark, is it? Hey, what a grab. Simon Beasley hit your heart out.
I don't think he'll replace Simon Beasley. It's the same.
No, but it wasn't a bad mark, was it?
No, it was a great mark. Well, he's made a lot of difference down there, Bobby.
We did say early in the game that North were a little bit undersized, and when you look at the size of Maguire against Ford, but nonetheless Ford has led well. He's done everything right down there and tapped one on, that created a goal.
Ford going for his third goal, shouldn't miss it from there, just squeezed it in. I think he has. 3 goals to Ford.
At the 12-minute mark of this last quarter, the difference 32 points in favour of Footscray. They're running away with this game as we see Holt get a hand pass back. Oh, there's a free kick. It'll go there to Larkin at centre-half forward. So Larkin takes the free kick at centre-half forward. They're still yet to score a goal from half-time. McCann couldn't mark that. Coming out of the pack that time was Sill. Gets a hand pass out. And the umpire still calling play. We see the ball driven up there by Saunders. It's worked out okay because it's marked by McLean. He plays on, tapped on again by Williams over to McLean. That was good play. As I said before, he's been a handy player tonight, Williams. Down it goes, well out there. It's picked up by Baxter now. Shows a lot of pace, gets away from his opponent. And a beautiful pass to the mark here by Stevens.
Stevenson just come on to replace Royal.
So Stevenson with the ball now, short of centre-half forward, about 45 metres out from goal. Goes for the long kick, looking for Ford again. Couldn't hold that one. It's pushed away by Passmore. Kicks it off the ground. He doesn't take any chances. Out wide. And they're in plenty of trouble, North Melbourne, as they trail by 32 points. As it goes by Stevenson again. A hurried left footer up there towards the full forward position. But I think he might have put it out in the full, yes, and a penalty free kick to go down there to North Melbourne's Lyle. So Lyle with the ball down there in the back pocket. 82 plays 50, and John Kennedy on the phone. I think he must be ringing up top because that's the only help they're going to get now. Picked up here by Rowan Robertson. Kick drops short out there on the wing position. A chance for Dunson to pick it up, but it beats him and it's out of bounds. So it's out of bounds on the centre wing position with the Kangaroos trailing by 32 points. 11-16-82 Footscray to North Melbourne 7-8-50 as we approach the 14-minute mark of this, the last quarter of the Foster's Footy Cup.
And of course, at half-time, it was 33 points the other way. Purser and McDonald. A fumble out there, lets Stevenson through, back to Malin. Malin's kick is a high one, and the mark taken by Big Lyle. Lyle at the half-back left flank for North Melbourne. In front is McCann, who spent a lot of time in the first half at full-back, picked up by Rowan Robertson. Underneath it is German. Hasn't played a bad game, kicked a couple of nice goals in the first half. That ball slews off the side of the boot. Footscray handling the wet and greasy conditions now a lot better. Very, very dewy out there. Not a bad, not a good hand pass. Cracker had no chance at all of getting that one. Now he's got a good chance of picking it up. Gets past Rod McPherson. Well done, Phil Cracker. That was excellent play. One of the plays of the night. Cracker goes for a short pass down to Dwyer, who was dragged. Footscray player got decked. That was Saunders. Could be downfield. He's okay. And the free kick will be taken on centre wing for the Bulldogs by Steve McPherson. He's gone for a short pass. He's trying to find Hardy off the ground. Too long for Feely. It's out of bounds. And the throw-in will take place on centre wing. 15.25 minutes gone. That young Saunders still in the hands of the trainers. It was a nice old shirt front. Knocked down by Lyle. Can't find a rover. Getting boot to ball was Shane Robertson, but it's out of bounds again. And they're a few metres closer to goal. Just past the 15-minute mark. Purser trying to get the front position for the boundary throw-in. Knocked down to Steve McPherson. His kick is a real grubber along the ground. The two redheads again, Hardy and Passmore. And the umpire has found a free kick for the West Australian, who was on the tour of Ireland last year. Brad Hardy moved into attack at half-time by coach Mickey Malthouse, and he and Ford have certainly lifted the Footscray side. Hardy about 50 metres from goal, gets the distance but kicks it like a defender, doesn't have the accuracy, through for one behind. And the scoreboard now in the Foster's Cup from VFL Park: Footscray 11-17, 83, North Melbourne 7-8-50, 33 points the difference. Maguire brings the ball back into play.
And Saunders has gone off, Pete.
Saunders off the ground, out there it goes now. There's a hand pass coming from McDonald. There's a chance there for the ball to be driven up there by Maguire. Maguire sends it out wide towards the wing position. A good mark taken there by Brian Cordy. They've really got their act together since half-time, Footscray, and North Melbourne have only haven't scored a goal since half-time, which is not a good effort. Ball up there towards the forward pocket position. Nearly a mark to Hardy, but the umpire says play. As we see Shane Robertson drive it out there looking for Dunstan. He couldn't hold that mark. Beckett comes back to McDonald, taps it on. Hand pass coming out to Dunstan now, in a bit of trouble. He goes down. They soon collar him. The ball out to Jonas, playing down there in defence. We're having a run on the ball, but that's to no avail. They're falling over like ninepins, North Melbourne. Going after it now is Holt, and the ball is still on the boundary line. McPherson tries to get clear. That's Steve McPherson. The umpire said it'll be a ball up about 35 metres out from the Footscray goal. They're 11-17-83 to North Melbourne 7-8-50 as we approach the 17.5-minute mark of this, the last quarter of the Foster's Football Cup, and North Melbourne can see the game slipping away from them. Back it goes to Purser. Purser out there at half forward, a good distance out from goal. But remember this, they've got Alistair Ford up there to take the mark. He's taken a couple of screamers tonight. He got under that one. And there's a good mark to Lyle. A hand pass coming over to Larkin. Short pass wide to Densley. And Densley takes that mark there in front of Hawkins out there at half back. Ball back out towards the wing position. That's a good mark. Larkins again. No, it's not. I mean Fairley. Fairley's kick is across to centre field. There's a chance for McDonald to mark it. Oh, we nearly lost that. So they're not playing with much confidence, particularly since half-time. North Melbourne would be a little bit disappointed in their performance here.
Great kick.
There's a great kick up there towards the full forward position. The ball hits the deck. That's Phil Cracker spitting out of the pack beautifully. Gets away from his opponents. He goes for a shot towards the goals. But there'll be a mark taken in defence that time by Baxter. That's Darren Baxter. Over it goes now to Rod McPherson. Out to Daniels at half-back. They're doing it easy. Over to Stevenson. Where are the North Melbourne guys? He's got a paddock to run in, this fellow. No one within Cooey's. He lets fly over their half-forward line. Coming out to meet it is Bambley. He's got the mark with little opposition. Breaks clear. He was going to give it to McLean, but he decides to go for a pass. Passmore can't grab it, but he won't give in. Onto his back there is Hardy. The ball hits the deck. Picked up by Baxter. That's Peter Baxter. Kicked off the ground by Maguire. Fumbling going on by both sides. Only a free kick to Holt for a trip, is it?
Yep.
Yes, and Holt will take the free kick out there at half-back. 19 minutes gone with Footscray 11-17-83 to North Melbourne 7-8-50.
Well, North Melbourne approximately 10 minutes to get another goal. Free kick going to Steve McCann on centre wing, with Neil Cordy standing on the mark. McCann long up towards Phil Cracker, and he takes the mark in front of Rod McPherson. Cracker a short pass, trying to find German. Good tackle. The ball rebounding out towards Sewell. Sewell to Daniels. Up towards centre half back now. Footscray side really doing it well. It comes to Hawkins. Hawkins has gone for a short pass to Stevenson. McLean from the centre circle. A short pass up to Bamblett. Bamblett at half forward. Bamblett has a flying shot at goal. It's long but not too accurate and palmed through for North Melbourne, or for Footscray by Passmore. At the 20-minute mark of the term, it's 84-50, a deficit of 34 points. So still North Melbourne to add a goal after half-time. They've only added 4 behinds. Holt takes the mark on his own and takes a divot as well. Has to get around Nugget Daniels and does so. Rowan Robertson getting underneath the ball for the Kangaroos, trying to trap it on centre wing. It's pretty close to the boundary line. It must be like a piece of soap trying to pick that up. Finally he does so. He's kicked it about 1.5 miles in the air. He's got a second chance now as it's fisted down. Robertson's kick, not a long one, knocked on by McDonald. He tries to find Cracker, who has to beat 2 or 3 opponents. A Footscray player is down. We'll try and pick him up in just a moment. Big Lyle Gets a kick at it. The umpire says play on. A long shot at goal by McDonald. That's their first since half-time.
Just over the 21-minute mark. 84 plays 56 in favour of Footscray. They go back into attack through Steve McPherson. Down there towards Rowan Robertson. He's got a chance to pick it up as Passmore missed it. Out wide it goes. Coming in to take the ball now is out there at half forward. We see Malin, the ex-Carlton player, with a perfect pass there to Alistair Ford. Well, they're far too good. They've put up a great performance. He's already kicked 3 goals since going out of the ruck down there to the full forward position since half-time. He's been a real success move there for them. It's a long kick at goal, but I think he's off target this time. It's through for 1 point. So it's 11-19-85 Footscray to North Melbourne. 8 goals, 8:56, just on the 22-minute mark. So time running out for the Kangaroos as it comes out there to Law, and a strong mark as Hawkins tries to put him off balance. It did succeed, but didn't stop him from taking the mark. Or kick back towards the wing position. A bad kick, and the ball marked here by Steve McPherson. Well, their small players have really cut them to pieces all over the ground with big Ford up there in the front position. Talking about small players, I thought that was nearly a mark to Bamblett. Umpire said, well, good tackles. He grabs Law. The hand pass coming back from Robertson. That's Shane Robertson. But there's Hardy, another dangerous player up forward, a snap at goal. But he's off target. It's through for 1 point. So it's 11 goals, 20, 86 Footscray for North Melbourne. 8 goals, 8:56. A difference of 30 points. And time is running out for North, I'm afraid, as we approach the 23-minute mark, and they're not playing really well enough to make any impression on Footscray. Purser tried to grab that. Baxter with a hand pass back. McPherson ducked his head. That's Steve McPherson, but the umpire will ball it up, this time about 30 metres out from the Footscray goal. Well, they've only kicked 1 goal since half-time, North Melbourne. That's how badly they're going. Just the same, they've made a couple of smart moves, Mickey Moldhouse with Footscray. Tapped out to Stevenson, and this is dangerous. Oh, it bounced the wrong way. That was a leg break, and through for 1 point. Actually, lift the post. So it's 11-21-87. Footscray to North Melbourne, 8 goals, 8:56. You'd be a bit disappointed if you were Kennedy with the way that North have played since half-time, Bob. Just the same.
There's not a doubt about that, Lou. And he'd be a bit disappointed in a couple of his senior players. Players like McCann and Jonas. They've really given no leadership whatsoever to those younger boys out there.
Their Saunders dropped an easy one. Probably get a blast when he gets back in the room, even though they're a mile in front. The ball picked up by Dunstan. Shot out wide looking for Lyle. Couldn't hold the mark. Silver's got him well covered. He'll get away from the big fella. Shows too much pay. Oh, he actually didn't. He had long arms and grabbed him, and the ball is finally forced out of bounds. It's about 60 metres around from the North Melbourne goal.
And Brian Royal just about to come back on. Rod McPherson was the player replaced by number 39 Saunders, who got a hefty knock not so long back in this term. Knocked down by Stephen McCann as the 2 number 1s do battle. That was Lyle and Purser.
Royal on Bamblett off, Pete.
Well, Bamber's played a very good game, hasn't he?
My word, he has.
In fact, he's kicked, 3 goals himself and had a hand in a couple of others, so he's really been a dangerous player up there in the forward pocket. Daniels goes for a pass straight over the boundary line. I don't think he intended that, and it bounced about a metre inside it, so it will be a boundary throw-in on North Melbourne's right half-forward flank. The time has run out for the Kangaroos. McCann will get the free kick for the Kangaroos. Almost on centre wing now. Started at full-back, McCann. He's gone for a pass wide out towards the forward pocket, trying to find McDonald, but Neil Cordy had him covered. And the pass was wide, and so it's out of bounds. The difference, 31 points.
Well, there's Bamblett pretty happy with himself, and so he should be, Bob.
So I reckon he's really done his job for the side.
Yes, certainly in line for our National Panasonic Award, which we'll be presenting at the conclusion of the match here tonight. Larkin picks it up well. And the pass is okay. Nice little left footer. So North Melbourne have a chance for a goal now. This time it's Rowan Robertson. Both of these boys have their socks down. I think we'll give John Dugdale a pair of garters to put on one of them. Kick dropping a little bit short. Hickey has to beat 3 opponents, dives on it, almost comes out with the ball. He might get a free kick. Thoroughly deserved, I might say, because he was the only one that went in for it. He had to try and beat 3 of them, and he's got a free kick for his trouble. Let's watch it again. Yes, in the back, no doubt about it.
In the back, over the shoulder, whatever you like. There were 2 or 3 that he could have been given.
I think there was a half Nelson there in that too, Bob.
So Hickey, a chance for a goal to North Melbourne. What's he done with that one? It's through for full points. Hickey's first. Then North Melbourne now bring their score to 9 goals, 9. 9 goals, 8, 62 points. Footscray 11, 21, 87.
And we're just over the 26-minute mark. 25 points the difference.
The replay of that free kick, not a doubt about the free. North hanging in there, you know, showing plenty of courage, but they've been outclassed by Footscray in this second half.
Certainly have. Well, they've kicked 2 goals since half-time, North Melbourne.
2 goals, 2.
To Footscray.
At the moment, what do we see?
2 goals, 6 they've kicked.
Okay.
6.
Well, we'll come back to you, Bob, when you do your math sums.
10 goals, 14, would you believe?
Okay, the ball kicked down there that time by Footscray, picked up there by Passmore, a short pass, not a good one. A fumble by Jonas, he's been doing that all night. There's a chance now for German to drive it over the half-forward line, looking for McCann. Ball hits the deck, Lyle couldn't pick it up, but he goes after it again. The umpire will ball it up at centre half-forward for North Melbourne. North Melbourne 9-8-62 to Footscray 11-21-47. And they were in a hopeless position at half-time, but they've really fought this game out, and they've got it well sewn up. Ball knocked out by McCann. Comes down now to Baxter. No, that's Saunders, I should say. Taps the ball in front of him, looking there for Sill, trying to help out. Gets a hand pass back there to Brian Cordy, right on the boundary line. They take the ball away from the danger zone. McDonald couldn't mark that. Spinning out the pack. Jonas is certainly not his night tonight. He can't do a thing right. And there'll be a ball up out there at half-forward. I think he's only had about 3 touches for the night, so that's not good enough for a seasoned player. Knocked out by the big fella Purser. Going through that time is Jonas. He's got to get a kick here now. Goes for a pass, looking for McCann. It's a shocker. McCann couldn't pick it up. Tapped on that time by Neil Cordy. Back it goes to McDonald. Plenty of fumbling going. He's tackled. Picked up by Brian Cordy. It's a high kick. Chance for Williams to mark, and he does out there on the centre wing. Doesn't waste any time. Breaks away from his slower opponents. Up there towards Hardy and Passmore. Down goes Hardy. A chance now for Passmore. He's got to get clear because Daniels will grab him. There's the siren to win the game. And a good win to Footscray. 11 goals, 21-87. North Melbourne 9-8-62. And a marvellous recovery by Footscray from half-time, Bob. They were well on top of North, but North would have to be certainly disappointed with their performance. And a couple of quick moves by putting Ford down there to full forward. The little men came in the game, and one of the other important moves was putting that Rod McPherson onto Phil Crackett too, Bob, which helped a lot.
So would you think that it's a sign of maturity that maybe Footscray have come of age to be able to come back from a disastrous first half when they only kicked 1 goal? They were 33 points down at the long break.
Just interrupting you there, Bob, on that thought. In the earlier game in round 2, they were down by 44 points. They won that match ultimately by 26. They were down by 33, as you said there, and they won this one by 25.
It's one thing to do it on one occasion. It's a surprise to see it happen, a second time. And excuse me, but when they did it the last time, there's no doubt that the experienced players of North Melbourne, such as Glenn Denning and Schimmelbusch and those players, although I don't think Schimmelbusch played that day, but that would have been very helpful. North did fall apart in that area, and some of those young players did start to scrag in that third quarter when they should have been continuing on in the same vein. But it was Footscray who led to the ball from half-time onwards, and when they didn't get the ball, they tackled fiercely, and they came out with a fierce determination to really show everybody that the first half wasn't their true form, and that was to be, and finished off with a wonderful second half of football, and they had good players. That last line up there on the forward line, Hardy, Ford and Bamblett really gave them something to kick
Certainly
to.
did, Bob.
All right, the goal kickers for Footscray, the major ones I'll give you. We'll check them all a little bit later on. Ford had 3 and Bamblett had 3, and for North Melbourne, McDonald had 3 goals. A 25-point win to Footscray, and they advanced to the quarterfinals of the Foster's Cup for 1985.